Or God, no God at all.
He's playing with your largest hatred and trying to turn you against us.
They lie. You know that is what they do. You know that is what their god demands of them to do. He rewards it even.
Does he speak common now?
No.
Oh.
Necromancer language.
Oh, then we don't know what he's saying.
Well, you don't.
Well, he's just... It sounds to me.
I think Azurus has comprehend languages.
Mm-hmm. Azurus can understand every language.
I have comprehend language as well, I think. Yeah, I do. You know, Cash just doesn't give a fuck. She's just annoyed. She's like, ugh.
Zachariah's eyes, nice thin as he looks at the creature. Perhaps that is true. Perhaps they are plotting against me. Perhaps they are more intelligent and more resourceful than I have given them credit for.
They are pawns.
Well, anyone following a deity is a pawn. It comes with the territory. He clacks his teeth. But their deity is of use to me in my schemes. Mayhap one day those deities will come crashing down as well. But I do not intend to start a war on all fronts, tyrant.
You need not.
We need to kill the common enemy before we turn against the rest of such pantheons. Snorts.
On to Chiron. He's draconic instead. You. I suspect you would not know either.
I do not.
As Mr. Cash speaks, drow. And do you know?
Know what? I'm the only one who didn't come crawling to you and ask for stuff and favors.
I haven't either.
And that is suspect. You have little ambition, it seems.
Well, maybe
Now.
I'm just better at getting my stuff done. I don't need beings like you.
Hold on to your little safety rope. For many of those who hold it will the others ill, and they attempt to strike before you know it.
Okay, he's still speaking Undercommon?
No, now he's speaking in common.
Well, fuck you then. She's gonna hit him.
You're on a rope.
Well,
Yeah, you can't really move up.
I am very strong.
You can
try
certainly
us.
make an attack. Silence the wraith.
Except her punch will just go through it because her fists aren't magical.
It is. They are magical.
The dagger is.
Sure. But it hits, and as it does, it sort of alters back and evaporates.
Well, fuck you too, asshole.
Well, what are we doing here exactly? It's pretty obvious that we can't really get anywhere without the tyrant interfering, so... Okay, shrugs.
No, it makes even more sense why this place interferes.
I was actually hoping that time would lead us to whatever he's doing. He is a creature of power, and all such creatures do want an audience at their grand victory feasts, don't they?
He shouldn't have walked into my dagger.
It sounded like the only person who wanted an audience with was you.
That's true.
Like Rise grunts.
What did he say to you anyways?
To me, he said I was a weakling, that I didn't ask for his help.
With Zacharias, he was playing the hatred of God card on him.
Indeed.
So it's not your mom.
I would hope not.
But I had some questions.
So what are we gonna do?
Well, we can press on. See if we can find our way to his lair and perhaps stop him there. Smash the machine or whatever he's doing, or at least learn what he's doing. Or we can retreat. But if we do, most of the stuff will probably destroy an entire island, given enough time.
But if we just wait, chances are we'll eventually figure out what he's doing.
I doubt it.
The danger is that may be too late.
The key to stop it is inside this mountain. This is where we need to be.
In addition, it's quite clear at this point why Asmodeus is quite annoyed by this area.
Personally, I have already told you this. I don't care over much for the island. It can burn for all I care. But...
Well, I care. There's a lot of hot women here.
But loyalty to my dear friends keep me here.
Loyalty? That's a big word to use.
Nevertheless, is this true? He grins at Skull, leering at Chiron. We've been through so much. Life, death, tribulations.
What's 3 years in a lich's life? Or existence, I suppose.
Remember, he's a new lich.
Hey, don't try my best.
You're a powerful being. I'm not denying that. But you are new when it comes to being a lich.
To liching.
It is true. It is true.
Well, can you scoop up Zacharias? Thank you. Well, stupid Rafe shouldn't have walked into my dagger.
Well, we can press on for a bit.
Sure. We should have brought a, that thing you use when you cook. Egg watch.
Yeah, watch.
Well, let's find him.
This does help explain though why would this place be interfering with me trying to sever Mithra? If he's got that much of a hatred for all gods, that could hurt.
Maybe he's already doing it himself. Maybe he doesn't need you. Maybe you just need to, I don't know, wait, see what happens.
I have a feeling not. I have a feeling it'd be more likely he'll sever my connection as well doing this. If Asmodeus does not get annoyed at us for not solving this.
Well, that would
I mean,
suck.
we are trying.
Then we wouldn't get any.
If we were to just leave, though, he may be slightly more annoyed.
It's not our fault, though, if we can't get anywhere. I mean, Asmodeus could give us another hand here, couldn't he? He wants us to succeed, right?
If we don't succeed, he just finds someone who can. And I kind of want to be the one who does succeed, because I kind of like living.
Living is nice.
And we are definitely in the wrong spot if you like living.
Well,
I say living is nice. Looks to Zacharias. How's undeath feel? Any better than living?
Yes.
Back in the wrong skeleton. So, where should we go?
I mean, there isn't too much choice.
Yeah, the place warps. I think the only thing we can do is like move and hope that we.
Well, we might as well move a little.
Sure.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think his his laboratory is a prominent location which I can find the path to.
No, maybe he will let us in there. What does he have to fear from us? I doubt we can do much against him.
So why are we here in the first place?
Also,
give him a stern lecture.
I'm just saying, the fact he wants to split us up may say he doesn't want us to be together.
Or maybe he's just having fun.
Maybe.
He could also just be telling the truth and be telling us that splitting up would work better, but of course we'll never believe him.
I mean, we proved
mind games.
We proved we're kind of quite strong together.
Mm-hmm.
I see your whispers. Well, I don't see what you're writing, but I see your whispering.
Metagaming DDS.
You know, everyone knows when I'm whispering because you just hear my typing, so it's fine.
I would like to know what the hell you were doing with him.
Who?
You.
Nothing.
Oh, that's obviously a lie.
Cash overheard something.
I mean, I've mentioned plenty of things.
You might as well tell. I mean, I know.
Yeah, I mean, there's still that issue of having that Telmondus in my head, and he needs to get out at some point.
Yeah, but is this really worth it to do this?
I mean, I didn't quite expect this amount of stuff happening, and I don't think it's because of this.
Did he say that something would happen when the deal you did with him?
Didn't suggest really anything.
Well, what did he want in return?
Just, money, really.
Why would he want money?
I don't know. Why does anyone need money? To buy things, I would assume.
Why? What would he want? A necklace? He doesn't even have a neck. Money would be useless to him.
He can still buy stuff.
How?
Pay people. I mean, he has arms, like literally, lots of them probably, lying around somewhere that he can use. People he can control. People he can send to the grocery store.
It was probably to buy ingredients and stuff.
I feel betrayed that any of you actually agreed to do something with him.
Well, all things considered, we all want things. We know that much.
I haven't agreed to nothing with him.
Well, I want things, but I wouldn't want help from him. He's obvious. The red light was there. The stranger danger was there.
That's your choice.
Well, it's fine as long as it wouldn't have any effect on us, but right now there's an effect, and that's not cool, man.
I wasn't aware of any effect that would come from my actions.
Well, it's
in fact, I was counting on nothing happening, so it's not my fault, really.
It's the nameless tyrant. Of course, you don't trust him to do anything good or evil, just annoying stuff.
I trust him to keep his word, which might be stupid in and of itself, but it's all I got at the moment.
Still, I think it was pretty obvious that if one of us were to deal with him, it would something bad would happen to the entire group.
Also, you're suggesting that I was the only one.
I'm not suggesting you're the only one.
One.
What?
Hello.
Your voices begin to echo ahead of you.
I don't. Oh.
Zacharias looks at it across the edge.
Edge.
He sees into what seems to be a large, dark cave with a pool of liquid obsidian, almost.
I like
obsidian. A sense of wronghood in here.
I like wronghood. I feel like this is the last time I'm gonna play as Cash. I don't like it.
What do you mean?
And I feel like I'm gonna die.
Oh, I thought you were deciding to just stop playing.
No. That I'm gonna die. Meneca is smiling menacingly at me.
If
you're surrounded by friends, right?
That's metagame knowledge.
I'm just saying, Tyne, if we were an actual table, he'd be smiling evilly at all of us.
It's not really that only. It's because we're walking into this place and we really don't know how long we've been in here.
I mean, we could just leave.
It's freaking me out, man.
Actually, I will tell you now. I will know if our death wards are going to run out because I'll have my magic vestment run out before the death wards do. So.
Your magic what?
Basically my protection spells will wear off.
You have been here at least for hours.
The point is, it hasn't been 19 hours yet, has it? Where my spell would wear off.
I still don't like it. I feel that we're gonna die in here, but
The point is, it won't be the tendrils of blackness doing it to us.
The heroism probably gone at this point. Whatever else.
I just removed it.
Hourly things you have, but you see this opening.
I mean, we wanted to get somewhere, so now we are somewhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Alright, a bubbling blackness, death, ocean, obsidian thing.
Lovely.
Hmm.
I'm glad negative energy doesn't affect me right now.
Well, you know, it could have been worse than obsidian.
Of the time, there is one lovely advantage of your chain shirt. You're immune to you have like such a low chance of getting negative levels right now. It's crazy.
Oh, cash, yeah.
Thanks to your
Well
devil
then, Mr. Leader Lich, do you wish to take point?
I'm Mr.
Just push him.
Leaderlich. You can't push Zacharias. Actually, it's actually fairly easy to push, I think.
Yeah.
It doesn't weigh too much.
Well, also you're floating, so you just kind of like...
Yeah, alright, he hovers out here, takes a look around. What does he see?
What does your dead eye see?
Mm-hmm.
The orbs of death.
He's a vast, truly vast chamber. And in the middle of it, there is a large pool that seems to go down endlessly. Full of, well, it looks like almost condensed of whatever this black stuff is. In the middle of it, he also sees someone.
Someone.
Well, I hope I didn't have to see his face, but I guess that's the only thing I could
Eye
see.
shining. There's 10 gems, all glittering nicely. Hovering slightly over the pool, the tendrils constantly caressing around him.
Zacharias hovers out a bit, looking at him and says, "Ah, tyrant."
Always, never
Welcome.
nice to see you.
Have you been as busy as I, Zacharias? Have you well prepared for what is coming? I warned you, did I not, that something was going on?
You sure did. He had a dry laugh. I tried to prepare, but it exploded.
And now the time has come, then. The time to choose. Will you stand with the living or the dead? To serve the gods or defy them? There is no more time. The end is nigh, as it would be. Their ritual will soon be done, and when it is done, every single thing in Talengard will be enslaved, no matter how powerful of a mind it has.
What ritual is this?
Ask but your companions.
Zacharias looks to the rest.
Azurius?
Is that what you're trying to do, Azurius?
I have no
Is
interest.
that why we have erected these obelisks around the kingdom?
Worse. It is even specially made in order to include the likes of us, Zacharias. They could not let us walk away, could they?
Zacharias
They had
hiss.
to have it all. They had to get paid their due. And all of you. You received the gift and have squandered it on service. Why don't you think? They did this to you. They made you. Do you truly think that Mithra was the one who sent the calamities that sent you into hell? Do you truly think that Mithra would order their inquisitors to act harshly and brutally? That they would send people, priests, to kill your allies, mentors, friends, lovers? No. You have all been deceived from the very beginning. You've been brought into the arms of hell, made by them for this very purpose. They have schemed for hundreds of years.
And you have schemed for millennia.
True. And I have found a way to defy them. To end their reign forever. Not just here, but everywhere. It will take time, But they can do nothing to stop us. If they win today, it will simply mean we are imprisoned until whatever order protects us forgets, and we escape to attempt once again. As our numbers grow every single time, sooner or later they will be overwhelmed.
Zacharias, get your butt over here, you idiot.
Zacharias looks at Azurius, and his eye orb blaze with hatred. Is it true, Azurius? Is this why we have erected these obelisks? You seek to control me, is that it?
I would never try to exert control over you, Zacharias. You have been a powerful ally and a powerful friend as it was. We could have not survived without you.
Well, not him then, but everyone else apparently.
I'm talking to him in this situation. I'm not. Azurius kind of looks at that, just like sighing for a moment. I was talking to
I have
Zacharias.
revealed your schemes, yet I will offer this. I can still save you from yourself. Join me, whoever will, and we can end this in a different way, a different chapter, if you will. We can challenge them, we can seek them out, and we can banish them from this plane forever.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
You need no longer bow. Whatever plans you have made can be unmade.
I kind of murdered all the tridents, so I don't think you can undo that. Oops.
I must say, all of this thought you've put into this, tyrant, I'm impressed. Though I must ask something. Why would you bother asking this to us? You clearly don't need us.
You are here. And to some degree you deserve respect. You've come far, even if they made you the way you are. Without their intervention, you would have been great people in your own right. They took your fate and twisted it to their own ends. And now I offer it to you again. Become free. I am loath to see them get away with this, and I have no intention of being their pawn.
Azurius looks to Zacharias with quite a disgusted look for a moment, actually. I'm actually genuinely surprised, Zacharias. You would trust the tyrant who you yourself said you did not trust from the beginning, over those you've travelled with this entire time.
I don't think it's as much trusting him as distrusting you in this regard. What exactly would that ritual of yours have done to everyone exactly?
Indeed.
Well, the first step is ensuring Mithra's power can never touch this continent again.
Yes, you explained that. And that is all well and good. I am more interested in the second part.
Is there even a second part?
Azurius considers. Well, a side effect of banishing one god would be another god's presence would become somewhat stronger. As Modius in this case quite clearly. And with such, the legions of hell could be called to this plane to serve whenever required.
I don't care about the legions of hell, Azurius. I care what this presence, this enforced presence, would do to the minds of the people. More interestingly, me.
I have no interest in controlling the minds of the people, or the minds of you. Why would I? You're more useful thinking for yourself anyway, even if I had that kind of power.
Zacharias snorts. The Cardinal of Hell speaks of freedom. How odd.
I'm not speaking of freedom, I'm speaking of usefulness.
Usefulness in chains, perhaps.
Looks over to the tyrant.
And yet it seems that you yourself is being used, forced to this position to kill your predecessor, only for you to be used as well. Do you truly think that anything they promise would be given, whatever it might be?
Marcus says, if there's one thing that is unwavering in hell, it is the way that they are bound in their contracts.
And have you signed such a thing, perhaps?
Marcus says the contract was written and signed, although its contents are not for the likes of you.
Of course it is not.
I don't like this.
As a player, I'm not entirely sure what to do. We basically got two people arguing back and forth here of, you have no evidence, you have no evidence.
You could all join me. I offer endless existence. I would not command you what to do afterwards. You could leave, go wherever you please.
No, I'm not gonna join you.
I mean, I don't gain anything. If that's his argument, I don't gain anything by joining him. I already have that.
Well, I don't gain anything either.
Not only would you live and exist forever, you would do it truly, as I do. A being not even gods can destroy, only capture.
Well, I kinda like the...
Only contain.
I kinda like the flesh.
And yet you will lose it regardless.
Dude, I live for millennia.
And I have other plans in that regard.
Yeah, me too. I have an island to get back and forced to live there, so no.
Even if we're not agreeing with each other, we can all at least agree fuck the tyrant, right?
I mean, he has a point.
He kinda has a point.
Who? Marcus or the tyrant?
The tyrant.
Definitely the tyrant.
If
you really believe that there is the...
I will not even hinder you from leaving here unscathed. Such a proposition, I am sure, will be good to you.
Yeah, that's what the lich thingy you sent to me at first was to do. Was it gonna lead me the way out? I doubt it. Why should we trust the nameless tyrant now? There's no reason to.
I have never lied to you. And why would I? You would never trust my lies anyway, would you?
I wouldn't trust anything coming out of your mouth.
You yourselves know to be the truth as well.
I wouldn't trust anything from you, which is why I never contacted you. Can we just get this over with? Could you stop the smoky thingy? Because it's really ruining our plans.
Ruining Telengard, not necessarily our plans.
Isn't Telengard part of our plan?
I mean, for some of us, we kind of like, some of us quite like living in Telengard.
I kind of like living there. I like living there. It's part of my plan to live there.
Verify what I've said. I will be waiting right here.
Zacharias, get over here.
And when enough of you have decided to join me, perhaps we can finally go and end the tyranny of that devil lord of yours. Together, we will have that power. First him, and then the angels wherever they might be hiding. And even if we fail, we will only do so for maybe 100 years before we return.
I'm so tempted.
Don't. You know what? If you do it, you're just the worst.
I mean, he used the thing like he's never lied to you, but Zarius hasn't lied to you. So
we are literally the worst, though.
Yeah, the thing is, we're two evil people saying just shouting at each other.
Yeah, but if you do that, we're gonna split the party and we're gonna be against each other. That is not.
Yeah, it's really not conducive to friendly group play.
No. It would be really, really uncool of you to do. Just saying.
I mean, he did say he wouldn't hinder us from leaving, so we could just leave.
Well, we need to stop him. He has to stop smoking.
Yeah.
It's bad for you, man. Okay, you know what? Zacharias, you're forcing my hand right now.
I mean, what do we can't really stop Zacharias' issue.
Well, Zacharias, you owe me a favor.
Oh god.
Zacharias looks at Cash.
She does, it's true.
I want that favor right now.
See his teeth sort of grind.
If you've been alive, that favor would have been you in my bed, but I can't have everything.
Except you kneeling, it seems.
I don't need him.
How much did they pay you?
Zacharias.
How much did they promise you to join them? And you, dragon, I promise you whatever you have wanted. I would give you the body you so desired, and yet you defy me. You fear him so much as to all unite against him? Is that your plan? That individually you would not have a chance against his genius, and then together you might? That he would be the greatest threat among you?
All the threats we have faced, Tyrant, we have faced together. Regardless of how it has been, we are the ones working together who have managed to achieve all of this. We may have had aid from hell and other sources, but in the end we still did it together, and we intend to rule this place together.
Question still is how hell tends to repay our aid, especially with what you are doing.
You really feel I'm working against you, Kyron?
You are keeping things from us, and apparently if I do it, that's a bad thing. Even though my plans only affect myself.
Well,
or are supposed to anyways.
It doesn't. Now there's smoke everywhere and black stuff.
The main reason I have not said all the details is mainly because they were incomplete. There were inaccuracies, things I have not fully known. It's always troublesome to give out information to then have to pull it back.
But you are doing this at the behest of Nabarus, are you not?
The tyrant disappeared.
Zacharias turns around. Did the tyrant disappear?
He's not there anymore. So I see the rings and the oily liquid where he moved below it.
Anyway, you owe me a favor, and that favor I want it now.
Zacharias looks down at the goop. What can he like identify it? Like, is it a portal? Like, what is this?
It looks to be a stronger version of whatever the shadow stuff outside was.
Is it
seems that this is the center of it, the source. Yeah. a spring, if you will. Seems to come welling up from below, tunnel leading, well, it's hard to see in the darkness, but a sense of standing at the edge of an eternal abyss. Is there when you stand here?
Can he
Down
see
below the ice.
Can he see a way to seal it? Like, can
Well,
he?
there certainly is a door here or a hole. You could just
Sure. I mean, if we
it
collapse
closed.
the chamber, for instance.
perhaps.
I'm doubting that would be enough. It does explain why my connection to Asmodeus here is not working as well, though.
So you can't cast spells in here?
I can.
As you look into the abyss, it's almost as if a million eyes are staring back out at you.
That is not creepy at all.
Gross.
In your mind, you hear the echoes of thousands of voices, all telling you truths all around the world, random truths perhaps, the secrets of millions of people, all in one echoous void.
Intriguing.
Promises of all knowledge in the world.
Intriguing. I wonder what the prize would be.
Go
Prize.
ahead.
I have many to spare. He looks down, eyes blazing as he looks into the stuff.
Well, if you joined the tyrant, we kinda had to kill you.
He snorts. Yes, that would be inconvenient for a day or so.
Sorry, as you know where his phylactery is, don't you?
I have more information than most, though he still has defenses that I don't even know about.
You do? He does not know where my phylactery is. Do you? He looks over to Azorius, cocks his head.
I have ideas. Nothing conclusive. I couldn't go and fetch it at this second. I have no reason to search for it. I thought we were allies.
Looks like we're not, apparently.
I do not enjoy the thought of someone secretly trying to put a chain around my throat. Azorius.
You know how my word means to me, don't you, Zacharias? I vow to you that I have no interest in taking control of you.
You have no interest.
Hell most certainly has. Hell wants to
Kyron.
control everything.
Karen, you're starting to sound like a devil.
I don't know if that's a good thing anymore.
I don't know if it is either.
At the very least, the ritual you are trying to enact, I want to look at that. Those notes you are following.
If that is what you wish, I can go through and describe to you what all the information I have gathered so far on it. And its various effects.
No, I also want to look at the notes. Whatever
Which-
Nabarus has given you.
There is very little in the way of physical notes.
Of course they wouldn't be.
Nabarus can be deceiving you, Azorius. Even if you do not intend to try to deceive or control me, he would.
Azorius looks towards Zacharias. Clearly considering. You believed me to be a fool as well, it seems. I know the way devils twist their words.
You're a servant of hell, Azorius.
I might be a servant of hell, but I do not follow their orders blindly.
Yet you wish to enact this ritual without fully understanding its effects.
I did not understand the full details for its completion, moreover than its effects. There were pieces missing that we were discovering, which we've worked out most of. None of which are detriment directly to you.
Unless, of course, the entire mind control thing.
Not directly detrimental, I see. Indirectly?
You love twisting words now, don't you?
Well, it seems to be the thing to do with you devil types.
I've never done. You never twisted my words in the past.
I've never had reason to.
Zacharias sighs, and he says, I'm willing to hold off judgment for now, but that ritual must be scrutinized very carefully. I will trust you for now, Asurius.
It seems.
I want to know.
Well, it seems until I have your cooperation, I cannot continue with it regardless.
What do you mean?
Because it seems I've worked out why the ritual currently is not able to make any progress. The tyrant himself is causing enough of a disruption to completely stop the ritual from occurring at the moment. All of this, and all the knowledge he's gathered doing it, which is rather, well, there's no way I can beat him without the aid of you. And I would not act without your blessing, of course. Smiles. So till then, I will work with you however. I've been doing so anyway. Even if you do not trust me anymore.
I mean, we wouldn't have to trust you as much if you simply made a promise. A vow, an oath. You like that sort of thing, don't you?
Well, I gave one oath that I have no interest in taking control of his mind.
How about you vow to never directly or indirectly intentionally inconvenience us?
Inconvenience can be quite a broad term. I just want to note that.
Well, it's up to you to
You could argue
wording, of course.
You could argue disrupting Zacharias' research by knocking on the door. As such.
Therefore, the intentional part. Knocking on the door would not have the purpose of interrupting anything. However, knocking over a statue standing right next to Zacharias, which would then topple onto him, well, that would be indirectly, intentionally inconvenient.
Is this something you're planning to do to him later? It seems oddly well thought through.
I have no reason to.
And what reason do I have to betray you?
I mean, what reason do you have to not do what I just suggested? Unless you do, of course, intend to betray us. In which case, that would seriously inconvenience you.
The key of the matter is still the ritual. If we stop this, the emotions over the black hole thing, would the ritual take effect?
No, it is not. The ritual is nowhere near its completion. It is simply he is one of the things preventing its completion. As it is a gear out of place. I can inform you now. The missing pieces. One is here. One of them is a group of. One of them is a binding of angels, which I require your assistance with, Zacharias. Their blood is needed to sever Mithra's connection. The final bit would be the princess, which is a whole different can of worms to work with. We do not even know where she is. So as you see, I have no power to start the ritual as it is anyway. So you have no fears at the moment. I promise you, nothing I said there was a lie.
But something you said before was a lie.
What are...
I mean, you are saying these things yourself. I'm just pointing them out.
I cannot even remember myself if I've ever lied, if I have lied to you at some point in history or not. We all tell white lies every now and again.
Zagreus looks over the stuff. Yeah, it's quite a predicament, is it? On one hand, perhaps mental enslavement by deities. On the other hand, complete annihilation of the Island of Telengard. The answer should be clear to me, but yet I hesitate.
Which is why I invoke my favor.
I'm glad at least someone trusts me. Or at least trust me more than that thing.
Cash is part of your faith, Sirius. She would have no trouble giving her soul to the hell. She has already done so. She welcomes these...
We all signed our souls away to hell long ago.
But I got around it. That's the key.
My soul is going to hell regardless who I follow. We all know that.
Yes, and so the chains are not chains for you. But I have escaped the contract. My soul is not going anywhere.
You have not escaped a contract. You have just prevented its completion, which is fine.
Now, I'm not saying I trust Asurius. I'm just saying that I don't trust the tyrant and whatever he's doing in that hole over there. I don't want you to join him.
Oh, no one trusts Asurius now.
Well, apparently everyone is doing stuff behind everyone's backs. All I'm saying is it would be extremely stupid to join the tyrant.
No,
I should have thrown that thing in the ocean back then. I should have.
Besides, I don't intend to join the tyrant. I just need him. Simple.
You know, I thought I needed him to get that island back, but I don't. I found another way. One of them was to get Chiron to kill all the people in there and get a Kraken to get the leader out of there, and, you know, it's empty. Getting it back is easier. It's with magic.
Your ambitions are slightly more simple, though, Lady Cash.
Nothing is simple in life. But what I'm saying is, those, I don't know which one of you, how many of you made a deal with the tyrant. I'm just saying I'm very disappointed. And I have very hard trusting any of you.
No, I have admitted that I've been dealing with the tyrant a long time ago.
Who else has been dealing with him? Come clear.
I promise you I have not even spoken to the tyrant since we released him.
Marcus?
I have not spoken to him either.
Zacharias?
I have no deals with the tyrant.
So it's back to me being the bad guy, is it?
I'm just saying it was extremely foolish.
I had no other choice.
There's always a choice. You know, Zacharias is pretty knowledgeable. If there's stuff I want to know, I go to him.
Admittedly, his workshop just exploded, but...
It did, yes. It's a bit of a problem.
What?
His workshop just exploded. I don't know if Kyron wants to be in there.
All things considered,
nothing has exploded when I came to Zacharias.
All things considered, Zacharias needs another, I don't know, 2,000-3,000 years until he's on the tyrant's level.
Still, there are so many possibilities. We have that freaking library.
Which is a true statement. We have a library.
Well,
And
I feel like we're on a Mexican standoff here.
And if it's true that the tyrant is saying that this is what comes after what you asked of him...
I don't think that's the case. I know I have dealings with the tyrant, but I wouldn't trust every word he says. I'm not that foolish.
Well, I'm just saying, I really don't think any of us should have anything to do with it. For all I care, I think we should plug that hole and destroy the tyrant.
The question is, though, how do we block the hole? We can seal up the tunnel, but it can be dug out.
It is
Was there any sign of like a blockage being removed on our way in, Manukau? Like, has anyone dug this out, or is it?
You didn't really find anything. The passages seemed pretty, well, you know, they all look like each other.
If I
straight, all this goop.
Do this cavern look old, or is it new?
It's hard to tell. I mean, yeah. I mean, it looks old, sort of dug out. Probably even. Do you have like engineering or like geography?
I do.
Knowledge. Geography would be best, but engineering works well.
Okay, hang on. Let me check my character sheet, because I don't have anything added to my character here, but I might actually have it.
Zacharias the geographer, apparently.
I do have geography, yes.
No one ever uses it.
Nope,
which makes me so sad.
No one ever uses it.
I give you plenty of options.
That would be a 25 on geography.
Alright, you would realize that this place has been dug out with, well, what looks like pickaxes. It resembles many of the dwarvenly dug-out caverns, probably for mining operations, even. We're searching for something specific, this probably being a work platform of some sort. As he looks down to the edges of the hole here, that shows signs of the same kinds of construction. Perhaps initially, some sort of dwarven expeditions were looking for something here, and dug out the cave, which suggests that it's a good, fairly, very long time ago.
Wouldn't dungeoneering have been able...
So the...
yeah, you could try.
I don't know if I can know more about it than Zacharias. I can try.
So the place itself is old. I mean, the dwarves kind of dug this up.
It's the same.
It's the
same. So they dug too greedily and too deep, because that's what they do. But that was long ago, so why is it activating now?
It's before the Iranians found their Death Titan, yes.
Right. So it's activating now because the tyrant is doing something to it.
Well, we can just leave, go ask the Iranians, go ask the dwarves.
Well,
maybe they know something.
The point is, this is way before, this is way outside anyone's living knowledge. I don't think the Iranians are bookkeepers.
They have, like, legends, probably. Like, bard songs.
Would you really think they're going to be too accurate about a death pit?
I don't know. There's always truth in stories.
It wouldn't hurt to try.
Can Zacharias conceive of a way to seal this? Like, is it magical in nature? Is it like closing a portal, or would
It's difficult to say. It certainly does not detect as magic, but it certainly doesn't seem to be natural of this realm either. It's sort of intangible, really, how to handle this thing. I mean, the mountain here certainly is behaving in ways that would be conceived as being magical. But whether or not this entrance hole can like shift around or clear itself, you don't really know. Could try to cover it in rocks or force fields or whatever, and you're not really sure what will work until you try it.
Our only option may be removing the engine powering this thing.
Well, that means going
himself.
Well, I don't think it is himself, because this was something the dwarves dug out. I think he's using this.
Yeah, the point is, I think he's powering it is the problem right now.
I don't think he's powering. Maybe he started it.
He's manipulating it somehow, or like he has like provoked an eruption or something from.
Because out in here it's been dormant, so.
Yes, it has been dormant.
Rather like it to be dormant again.
I mean, I can go down and take a peek inside there, but I don't know what's in. in there. Might be like a hole into space or something. I don't know.
Poke your head through. Hello?
I mean, that's just your thing, isn't it?
I would fear
Basically, if it's out of space, Zacharias would have a good day.
I would fear that you would turn if you go in there. Follow the tyrant blindly. That's what I think.
Safety rope.
Rope, save us.
Ah, fools, I've joined him. Let's haul him out, quickly.
Let's be honest, the rope has never betrayed us.
I don't know. Bring Marcus. Take this.
Let's be honest, he could just destroy Marcus and Marcus could never get out.
Let's just send Marcus down here.
Oh, I know what I'm gonna do.
If he turns, we'll notice, and he's easier to defeat.
I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do.
Wait, I mean, are you gonna throw me into the pit? I have a swim speed. I can get out.
I don't think it's water. It's like this gaseous blob. Zacharias will
Well,
cast.
I also have a fly speed.
Zacharias
I can get out.
will cast Arcane Eye.
Good idea.
And send it down there to take a peek.
As soon as you said arcane, I was like, please say cannon.
No! It's a stupid spell.
Fire the cannon into the sludge!
I love
Yes, alright. The eye, moves down into the black
It has true
Black,
seeing like I
thick,
do.
liquid. And as it sort of moves down, and suddenly eyes are staring back at it
No!
from all around it. Millions, hundreds. It's impossible to see. And Zacharias begins to feel dizzy, actually, as the eye looks at all these, like, mad eye stalks that just sort of whirls around. He feels like he's seeing something that is really, really wrong. Like, even to his lich morals, this should not be a thing that happens. Whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
He's breaking the fourth dimension.
Is it a thing? Like, can he... is
Some sort of primal mass.
Mm-hmm. Is it a shot
From it
off?
he hears the millions of truths and lies all over the world. And below it he sees faintly what looks like stone tablets laid out in a circle, the tyrant in the center of them, looking at script that disappears as he reads it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's Protean. Or something like that.
Pure madness
That's okay.
to transform the entire universe into entropy.
Yes, it's pure chaos.